I can't see it. There it is. Got it. All right. Here we go. Okay. I'm a professional. I know exactly what I'm doing. We'll get there all in one piece, and it'll all be good. 3, 2, 1, blast off. Alrighty. Kazam07 to you. How's it going? I don't know about you guys when you stream, like, stream, like, stream, like.
Alright, good morning. I've managed to get my PC up yesterday. Had a little bit of an issue with it. Apparently the boot manager for Windows was messed up. Had to redo the MBR and reinstall Windows. Hide chat. Let's see, I guess I need to go to, I don't know, I'm gonna try and get some more some more bounty missions, but I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I haven't been able to get any of the ones that I used to do. So this time I guess I'm gonna try and get them. If I don't get them, I'll probably land and maybe do some bunker missions. As of yet, I don't even have a gun, so I'll have to stop and get a gun out of there. Guess I could just look and see if I'm getting them the Crusader missions here. See if might be a good sign whether I'll get the ones in Hurston or not. So we do have a Crusader. That's a good sign. Either way, I'm going to have to travel over there. I'll probably have to land at Hurston. Well, I don't have to, but I like to. If I'm doing bunker missions, it gives you a chance to get back if you haven't done it. But, actually, what I really need to do is stop and get a weapon. Hey, good morning, Reason. Yeah, started a little early. I don't know why. Be honest, just because I can. Because I did. It's because I didn't stream yesterday. My PC kept giving me errors trying to boot. I finally did get it booted, which was good. I got saved some data and whatever, and just did a reset, whatever, which leaves your data but uninstalls all your programs. And I will admit, everything went better than expected as far as being able to restore all my, especially my streaming stuff. It took me a while to get my chat bot back up, and that's what, of course, was the biggest worry, because I couldn't figure out how to restore my my commands and stuff, and I was like, man, oh man, this is gonna suck. I've got 50 or 100 commands in there, and I didn't know if I would be able to get them back. And finally I figured out how to, I've got it set to do a backup, but each category has like an import thing. Well, that didn't work, then I'm like, oh shit, and finally figured out how to import the whole thing all at once, and that worked. So I think I got everything backed up and restored correctly. You know how that goes. I'll figure out what it is I forgot in a few days. Grab some coffee while I'm quantuming, but yeah, it seems to be doing better, and I haven't had that issue. But I've noticed, like in the last week, I've had several, like 3-4 different days, it didn't want to boot. And at first it kind of felt like maybe a motherboard or a BIOS thing. It's like it wasn't seeing the hard drive, or it would fail when it should go to the hard drive. That's when it was failing. And it'd like try to PXE boot, things like that, reorder my boot order and things. And it turns out apparently it was the motherboard on the, I think it was the motherboard, or not the motherboard, the boot record on the hard drive that was doing it. I'm still using an older hard drive as my boot drive. So,
Saluting.
yeah, sure, I can get Discord. What did I get stopped for, I wonder? Wow, I'm shut down here. Oh, wrong key. Let's see if I get started. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Ryder. How are you?
Doing pretty good.
I missed quite a bit of what you were saying about the boot problem because I'm trying to wrap up what I'm working on right now so I can get home. But what do you think the problem is? What caused it?
To be honest, I'm not really sure. I mean, what I saw was just some boot issues. Like I say, it was kind of random, and I wasn't getting any kind of errors at first, and it just randomly is what would happen is my BIOS would reorder my boot record, and it would. No, I don't have any markers. Yeah, it would reorder my boot record and put like PXE. I guess that's like network booting or something. I don't know. I don't even use it, so I'm not sure exactly what it even is. And instead of booting my hard drive, it would try to boot off of the PXE, and then I'd just change the boot order and it'd boot. So, at first I kind of thought maybe it's my motherboard going out, right? Something in the BIOS or something like that. And then yesterday it gave me 2 Windows errors, winload.exe and bootmgr errors. And that's when I thought, this feels more like a hard drive issue, either the hard drive or the boot record isn't right. Which kind of turned out to be the case, I think. Because, like I said, I did a full reset on there we go, on Windows, and it seems to have straightened it up. Now, I could have just redone the MBR, but it's been several years since I've done anything on the OS, and it was getting cluttered anyway. So. But yeah, it seems to be,
The only time I've ever had something like that happen to me was at one point in time I was playing World of Warcraft on a thumb drive, and I don't know. I think I didn't have enough memory on the laptop I was playing with, and then I built a tower, and I just left it on the thumb drive and plugged it in. I'm still playing it, but if I had that thumb drive plugged in, the computer would try to boot off of it, and it would all bug out. So you'd have to unplug the thumb drive and turn it on.
Yeah, well, mine can do that. Now, it shouldn't do that if the thumb drive, right, you had like a bootable thumb drive with an MBR written to it, right?
If any of that was on it, it's not something I put on.
Oh, okay. You know, because I've had that. You know, I've done some, you know, USB bootable devices. You can actually put OSs or whatever on your boot drives, and that would do it. But I haven't had it. I have had some issues though. Again, it really seemed odd. You know, like devices, mice or whatever. You know, I'd hear the ding ding, you know, from Windows, like a USB device was plugged in, and things would quit working. And that's kind of what made me suspect the motherboard. But that could have been just some drivers, because I was swapping my mouse around there, thinking, because actually, Star Citizen has some issues every now and again where it doesn't see the controllers right. You know, sometimes my keys don't work or whatever, and things like that, or don't work right. You know, they may work but not correctly. Things like that, and so I swapped mice a couple of times. I've swapped headphones once. Over a couple of years, you've got a lot of extra drivers and stuff. So I just kind of assumed that might be something to do with that, But yeah, it wouldn't even come from BIOS to OS. I was getting severe critical Windows issues yesterday. It wouldn't boot Windows. It would go through the post pre-boot or whatever, the BIOS, and then hang.
That'd be frustrating.
Yeah, and I kept hitting the reset button on the computer, and I finally got it to boot by going in there and resetting the order and booting again. And that's, so at that point I saved out all my backups and things like that for streaming and everything, and just reset it. And that seems to be doing the trick. I mean, like I say, it's been kind of issues that I've seen for a couple of weeks now randomly. So I really won't know for sure for a week or so if it's gone away.
Right.
Because, it would work 3-4 days in a row, and then it would issue. So I'm hoping, but it sure feels better, and Windows, and I've noticed, like, heck, even Star Citizen booted right up this morning. I mean, it seems like everything is working a lot better just in Windows, so that's a benefit. Even if hopefully it fixed it. But yeah, it was kind of odd the way it's acting.
Well, I bet.
I sure hope it's just software issue, boot record or something that got fixed. 'Cause yeah, a motherboard would not be a good deal for me.
Motherboard is not really something to just go out on.
Not usually, no. It's it's not usually something it can, and that's the other thing I think I ought to do is maybe just get a new CMOS battery. That's one of the things that goes out regularly on a motherboard, is that little CMOS battery. And that's, the motherboard stores data, like, your last hardware configuration and things like that. And, at one point I was thinking, well, maybe if the battery's out, it's not saving the hardware data. And so each boot, it's trying to identify everything, and maybe this hard drive is just too slow, that it tries to identify the hardware. The motherboard doesn't, the old hard drive doesn't respond fast enough and doesn't get recognized. But, I'm just guessing in the dark at that point.
See what the battery looks like.
It's a little watch battery. There's a little watch battery on every motherboard that, and all it does is save data when you turn off. In other words, when you shut down, it saves your BIOS data, and previous boot, safe boot or previous boot settings or whatever. if you go in, like, you can adjust your BIOS, right? And it's what allows the BIOS to save that data that you adjust without power when you turn the system down.
Right.
So yeah, I'll probably, replace that just for good measure here in the next few days. But
Are you seeing any kind of performance difference?
it just, yeah, and not necessarily in Star Citizen, but in general, I mean, yeah, Windows seems a lot better. I mean, that's kind of to be expected. That's why it used to be since Windows 10 they haven't done it, but even Microsoft used to suggest redoing your PC every couple of years to clear out the registry and things. Of course, the new concept is they want your data, and they want all of the data they can get, so they don't necessarily want you to redo your PC, because of course that gets rid of all the prior data. So now they don't suggest that you redo your OS every couple of years, but it's still a good idea as far as your it cleans out your registry and everything else. Gets rid of all the unwanted programs that you may or may not still have, things like that. I mean, for instance, when I started streaming, I mean, I tried like 4 different streaming softwares, 3 different versions of OBS and another one I don't even remember the name. And it's possible there could be, I mean, there wasn't, because I wasn't having any trouble recording. I'm just giving an example, but it's possible that some of the registry entries or whatever for different files might cause a conflict. So it's good to get that cleaned out.
That sounds reasonable to me.
Like I say, it used to be like standard procedure every 2-3. Of course, that was when they were changing the OS every couple of 3 years. Since Windows 10, they're just upgrading the same Windows. They're not really building a new Windows. It used to be that was just standard procedure. You'd clean your PC out and reinstall every couple of years. And like I said, that's kind of gone out, But I tend to install and uninstall lots of different stuff. I mean, there was stuff in there from years ago that I just tested and didn't even realize was still installed. So it can't help but, make it run a little better. I'm assuming, hopefully, it's not placebo. Let's see.
Yeah,
And like I said, it can't hurt, and it seems so far, because it had gotten to where, I tried 3-4 times yesterday, and it just wouldn't boot. I couldn't get it to boot. It took me over an hour to literally get it up and running, so I could save some data out. I literally thought I was going to have to get out one of my old CD boot drives, with Linux on it to save some stuff out and pull some data off of it. I used to do a lot of playing around with CD bootable OSs, Linux, even the Windows XP and stuff. You can get to boot off of a CD. And I used to play around with that, make custom boot drives, boot devices. And I'm sure, as a matter of fact, I even dug them out. I have 2 or 3 that I could have used and accessed the drive that way. Because at that point, I was pretty sure it was a device. You know, it was the drive, because it was giving me errors for boot manager and win load, whatever that is. I guess I better double check. I'm pretty certain I don't have any. I haven't bought a gun yet. Yeah.
I think you can be happy with that.
But yeah, I was actually very surprised. I got everything pretty much and right off. I didn't have any problems. I say the only one that was iffy or concerning was the chatbot, and even it worked. You know, after I figured out how to do it, it took me a while to figure out how to restore my settings. I had all the files exported, every possible manner it would allow me, but where you export it and where you retrieve it are two different locations. So it threw me for a loop. That was kind of worrisome.
Yeah, but that wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was just worrisome. It ended up being, once it came back, it gave me everything. I was, oh man, I'm so happy. Now, why do I have to store it when I landed and it's stored? It's not destroyed or anything, and I gotta claim it. That's kind of a pain. Expedite the little one, I guess. Actually, it's the big one I need, just in case just in case they give me the bounties. But I might grab some coffee. But yeah, some of the stuff that they that they removed, it was, I mean, it's something that I hadn't done, and I hadn't reset a Windows in a long time. Obviously, it's not something you do, but one of the things is they give you a good list of everything that they uninstall, any programs that are listed, and I guess the uninstall, Windows uninstall that they remove, they give you that list, which is great. Boy, I only had to reinstall about half of it, so like, man, I don't even use this stuff.
Do you have a lot more space available?
No, probably not. Most, I mean, the big amount of data is from my, from Steam. And that I just copied to my, documents directory so I could move it back later, and that worked great, like all my Steam games. Yeah, that's 600 gigs worth, right? And then little programs like, text editors and stuff don't take up any room. And it was, a lot of small programs like that I tried, or and apparently a lot of them I never uninstalled, or some of them that didn't get uninstalled that I thought I had, kind of thing.
600 gig.
Of Steam games is the 600 gig.
I said that's a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean, some of the games now, like Ark Survival, is 130 gig just by itself with all the DLC and everything.
That's crazy.
I don't even know exactly how much it is. It's 600. It's 100 plus. I know that. Because there's a lot of people that. Oh well, I'm gonna have to put that in. There we go. But yeah, I just backed up that whole directory there. This might take a minute. Just for it to count it up. But yeah, it's unbelievable. Like I said, there's been a lot of, on Steam forums and everything, everybody, they buy the game because I think the info tells you it needs 40 gig. And yeah, it needs like 80 base game.
I mean, is it that large of a game?
It
This seems crazy to me.
Well, with all the DLC, the DLC are a lot of them are big maps. So yeah, I'm installed at 189 gigabyte, 190 gig just for that one game. But it is what I think part of the reason it makes the data so good, so big is it's a lot to the game as far as every scene you look in, everything in the world is interactable, just about. I mean, just every item you look at, you can touch, and it has multiple textures. If you harvest it, there's a texture or an animation for it. Things like that, and it's just got so many interactable items that I think that eats up data. That it's not a and it's early access and independent. Well, I guess they're not so much independent. They're still independent. But yeah, as far as optimizing size and everything, I don't think they're real good at that. I don't know that I know their optimization isn't anything like what you see here in Star Citizen. They optimize it and you can't tell. It doesn't really change. It it's literally the only game I've come across that I can't play wide open, settings wise. I'm pretty sure that's
Frame rate just too low to bear.
it's too low and it's a staticky, freezing kind of slideshow effect. It's obvious it's optimization. In other words, I could deal with 15 or 20 FPS if it wasn't slideshow effect, right?
Right.
And a lot of people, well, I want 120 FPS. I've never been that way. So long as it's a smooth 20 to 30 FPS, that's plenty to play a game, Granted, if you're doing a lot of action stuff, you're going to want more than that, but, just to walk around in a game, 20, 25 FPS is more than enough. And, Arc doesn't do that. It goes to this, just slideshow at 20 plus FPS. Wow. Somebody just blew up. Right next to me. Looks like a Connie. So I'm guessing it's just optimization that they don't have.
Landing gear raised.
Yeah, that's something I've been very, very happy with Star Citizen is, when they do an optimization pass, you can tell. You get back in the next day and you can tell it. They're definitely doing some optimization. Most early access games I've been in, they tell you they did an optimization pass, but I can't tell what, or that it makes any difference. I'm sure it does, over time. It adds up and it helps over time, but it's like a minimal benefit, if any. And when Star Citizen does it, I mean, like one day I'm getting 12, 15 FPS in Area 18, and they do a performance pass, and the next day I'm getting 20, 25, and that's a lot of noticeable difference. And yeah, these other teams they can't do that kind of stuff. They can't get the optimization like that. And I was hoping. Nope. No, I don't have any missions over here. I don't know if I've got the wrong respect or whatever. But yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and land down here. Maybe do some bunker missions.
Going Ark Survival. What is like? What is like the highest end you can build up to? The highest end stuff.
Tech gear, I guess. I don't know. I've never actually gotten to that. I've never needed it. It's that game I played solo most of the time because I mean, the multiplayer is toxic, or at least the official multiplayer servers and everything are pretty toxic. And by that I mean there's, well established, whatever you want to call it, super tribes or whatever, that go around just waste anybody that tries to join the server. I mean, I tried to join a server, default server a couple of times, and it'd be all right until you log in the next day. I guess it was somebody, wasn't in the same time zone or whatever, and everything would be destroyed. Which is the game, right? I mean, and it's a multiplayer part of the game is the PvP, but in most cases people leave starter, players alone. But in Ark Survival, they don't want you to have the opportunity to build up. But they tell you, oh, find a private server and all that. So that's when I went to single player and just played the game.
What's the plot?
It's
Dancing.
it's an odd plot. It's they have it's dinosaurs, but it's a science fiction kind of thing. Basically the backstory would be something along the lines, you're on an island and you don't know how you got there or why. Ah, wrong keys, I guess. So, you're on it's dinosaur, a dinosaur survival for all intents and purposes. And, you tame dinosaurs, they become your pets, and that's how you get past the bigger dinosaurs. But there's the backstory is you don't know how you got there or whatever, and there's some odd stuff, sci-fi elements to it. Eventually, you can build up to an actual sci-fi game, to sci-fi gear, which is the tech armors and stuff. I don't see where I'm at. Okay. Now how am I supposed to see what?
It's funny. Because I don't really see where I'm at either. I'm driving down the interstate right now and I'm so sleepy I can't hardly hold my eyes open.
I take it you must have had a busy night.
Yeah, it was an all-nighter.
I'm trying to figure out how to get lined up on this thing without being able to see it. I'm gonna be lined up now. I think it's that far hanger. Is it open? Yeah. Gear.
Transitioning gear.
Why am I getting shot at? What the hell am I getting shot for? Maybe it's not me, I don't know. Get out of here, they're making too much noise. They're not shooting at me, I don't have a crime stat. Actually, I didn't really need to go in here. All I needed to do was land, I think. But yeah, Ark's a big crafting survival kind of game. A lot of crafting to it. So I guess that's what it's. Explain it. That's easier than trying to tell you the storyline. That's.
You have one boss that's more difficult to take down than everything else.
Let's see. Hold on a second. Did I? Oh, what was that? I didn't quite catch that. Sorry. What was it you asked? I didn't quite catch it.
I think I asked something about like, are there only one boss that is more difficult to kill than all the other
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's actually like
ultimate bad guy?
Yeah, there's like 3 bosses per different map. There's 3 main maps that go to the game, and then they have player-sponsored maps. It's a highly moddable game, so they actually sponsor some maps that players make. Yeah, so you have like 9 different bosses, main bosses you can go with, and those are how you get the tech gear. You get like the blueprints or whatever you need, the skills for making them from killing the bosses. And that's kind of why I never got into it, because solo player, I did manage to get to the lower level boss on easy by myself, but it requires a lot of time and a lot of breeding of animals and getting your T-Rexes bred up to where the way you kill the big boss, particularly solo, is you take 12 high level T-Rexes into the boss area, and then you can kill them. And I did manage that one time, and got to the beginning of the tech gear, got a little bit of it, and realized I didn't need it. So just from then on, I never even bothered trying to get to the tech gear. Eight. I think it said 8. guy's just having a bad day. And what did he do? I mean, come on, he's just a worker. Giving that poor NPC hell. Yeah, Ark was one of those. The only really, well, one of the reasons I got it was just it was, you know, people love to hate it, but as far as early access on Steam, it was like a record breaker. You know, they were, you know, while they were in early access, they were the most in the top most played games on Steam, like 3 out of 5, 6 years that they were in. You know, 3 or 4 out of 5 or 6 years they were most played game on Steam. They had most sales for like 3 years out of the 5 or 6 years for an early access game, things like that. It was, but you know, of course, everybody loves to tell you how they ruined it doing this and that, and I'm like, you know, you can say what you want, but you know, I remember debating with a fellow in Empyrean, and he was comparing it to Ark, saying how they ruined the game, and you know, this, that, and the other, and finally I was like, you know what? I'll bet Empyrean wishes they could ruin their game in the same way and make those kind of sales. You know, that's the best, you know, example of how EA is supposed to work in the industry today. He didn't like that.
Yeah, like a voice of reason.
Yeah. You know, at the time, they were still like in the top 10 most played games on early access. I'm like, yeah, you can call that a failure if you want. You know, but Steam's a pretty big platform, and to hit top 10 and on, you know, most played games on Steam, you did something right. You know? It's an alright game. It's just a building survival game. Kind of like Empyrean. Empyrean has it, as far as I'm concerned, because at least they're spaceships. You can build spaceships. Of course, I guess if you really like dinosaurs, where am I? I can go ahead and find a mission. If you like dinosaurs, Ark Survival's pretty cool. So does it not tell you where it's at? Oh, there it is. Yeah, they did a couple of things in Ark that a lot of people didn't like, and I mean, even me, I had my doubts about it. For example, selling DLC for a game, you know, and we're talking about Steam, right, on Steam. You know, for an early access game, they started selling DLC for the game before it was ever released from early access. It seemed kind of shady, you know, and selling add-ons for a game that wasn't even complete, but I guess if you think about it, that's kind of what Star Citizen does. You know, a lot of people didn't like that. Hey, it wasn't a big deal. If you don't want them, don't buy them. and I ended up not buying them right before. I mean, they were, you know, had already announced that they were fixing to come out of EA, and of course, you know, a sale right before they came out of EA. I ended up buying the season pass, which gave me all the, you know, the DLC. Good bit. Oh, hey, my artificial horizon went away. And that's the first time it went away when I left Atmosphere in a while. Which most of the DLC I haven't even played. But frankly, I didn't mind, you know, in that case. I was, as much as anything, I bought it because it was on sale, cheap enough. And they deserved it, you know, supporting the game. They did in my opinion, they did a real good job, you know, good steady progress. It took longer than, you know, people complained about how long it was taking. And like I said, they were selling the DLC before they completed it, things like that. But they did a pretty good job of putting the game together in early access, and, you know, communication and progress was decent. It's a long way to walk.
I was gonna hop on it, play the game a little while, but I'm too sleepy, dude. It's a wonder I made it home just then. It was
Oh
rough.
man. Well, yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, I'll just talk at you later. I'm gonna go pass out.
Alright, well, go get you some rest. I appreciate you jumping in this morning and visiting, you know. If I land, maybe I can get up. Yeah, I'm just trying to make a few bucks here today. I'd love to get my guns on that start walking.
Getting some exercise.
Yeah, I'd love to get my weapons on my freelancer upgraded in case I finally start getting missions. That I can use them with. Of course, for anybody watching it, it's ideally you can go in and kill the turrets and park right up against the building, but for me, I like leaving the turrets. It lets me know if somebody else comes, another player, you know, because they'll probably do the common thing, which is to kill the turrets and land right there. Most people don't have the patience to run 2,000 meters. Shut that curtain. Change view. Change view. Getting there. Change view. Yeah, that one doesn't work. Doesn't work good. Need to retrain that. no. I parked out here so I didn't have to listen. And what, they're shooting at my ship? Stop walking.
Let's rest here.
Yep, they're shooting at my ship. Isn't that crap? I wish they'd fix that where they're not trying to shoot through terrain. Start walking.
Getting some exercise.
To me, it's just an annoying noise. Then you get in here and the whole building shakes. It's an underground bunker that's shaking. That camera shake just annoys the piss out of me. Alright, seems like I redo that and it doesn't do any good. There's another one here, it's already done. I just don't understand the earthquake shaking. I mean, this would be the equivalent of about a 3 on the Richter scale for earthquakes. Mighty powerful guns, I guess. Stop walking.
Let's rest here.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm gonna do many of these if I have to listen to that all day. I'm not gonna want to. To me, it's unimmersive. We're shaking a building that's 60 feet underground. And you can hear it like you're standing next to the guns. Just makes it annoying. You can't hear anybody in here. check on this side, just make sure I didn't miss anybody. Should fix it, at least fix it where they're not shooting through terrain. That would be sufficient for me. Hey, good morning, Doc. Oh no. I ain't believing I did that. Well, I deserved to lose that one. I was gonna go up and hit him with my with the melee, but come on. So far, I'm losing money, not gaining. That was my own fault.
Perimeter. Welcome to the person security reserves the right to search travelers at any time. Step away. Next stop, Tisa Spaceport.
Too bad you can't pick up your own gun. I think it despawns pretty quick. It'd be nice if you could go back and get it if it were still there, you know. If it were still there, you could pick it back up. But
Now arriving, Tisa Spaceport. Please watch your step when disembarking the train.
Take the little one this time. I'm gonna try and go back and finish it even though I did a stupid and died. Hopefully I can get it done. As you can see, the AI isn't all that great, so I usually don't have any trouble completing the missions. Unless I do something stupid like don't shoot when I can.
Launch complete.
Why am I floating around?
Gear raised.
Oh shit. Yeah. I made it. Love hover mode. Well, that was actually pretty lucky. Usually if you like that, when you slide for no reason and bump something, it's usually over. You usually get flipped over and screwed. Can't do anything. So I got lucky being able to get out. Alright, good morning, Triton. Appreciate the lurk. My freelancer's still there, even though I claimed it. Why do I show as red? Why does my freelancer show as red? Target ahead?
Targeting reticle.
Yeah, why is my freelancer red? I don't get that at all. Gear.
Transitioning gear.
Landing gear deployed.
Lights.
Toggle lights.
I don't have lights.
Landing complete.
Maybe I do. Lights. Lights.
Toggle lights.
I guess I do have lights. It's not much on. What the world? What the hell? What the hell happened?
Contact. Flare countermeasure.
I don't know what the hell I'm under the planet or something. I got no idea what the hell happened there. I think I fell through the planet when I got out of my suit or something. Yeah, this is becoming an annoyance.
Laughing.
Welcome to Metro Center. Transfers, perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines. The plane is approaching.
Groundhog Day.
Next stop, Tisa Spaceport. Now arriving, Tisa Spaceport. Please watch your step when disembarking the train. Security reserves the right to search travelers at any time. You were subject to all person law and
Chance we have any bounties yet, is there? Nope. Don't even have a bounty. Don't even have the Pro Tem anymore. I'm done expediting until I can start making some credits. I'm spending more expediting than I'm making. I'll be right back. Alright, is my ship ready? I gotta try a different one. I guess not. Might as well use the little one, it's easier. Hopefully it's not a thing where it falls through the ground like that. Something was odd. I shouldn't, my own ship shouldn't be red. Even if I've claimed it, it shouldn't be red. That's a pretty cool ship. I like the Phoenix. I'm just sightseeing, waiting on my ship to respawn. I don't see anybody. I was hoping somebody was coming in for a landing. It's pretty cool. not being able to get the darn bounty missions that I like are really slowing me down on being able to do anything. I mean, right now I'm doing missions that, I mean, I like the FPS missions, but yeah, I'm not, they're not something I can grind and make money in a hurry. Kind of like this. Right now I'm $3,000 in the hole for it, not counting a couple of claims on my ship, so probably $4,000 is, so far I've spent more than $4,000 and haven't made anything. So I'll go try again, hope I can make that up. Normally it only takes me a few hours, you know, to get set up and be working. What was that? Oh shit. Probably won't tell me where it's at. On pad. No shit. Guessing in the dark here. My fault for not looking, huh? Not paying attention. Oh wow, got it right the first time. Same one as the same numbers the last time I spawned it. It's the only reason I know it. Nice. start walking.
Getting some exercise.
Change view. Now, it used to be you could park, you know, up close, just behind something, and it would, and they wouldn't shoot at you through the terrain. But now it seems like they shoot at you further away and through the terrain. So. And to me, it just doesn't make any sense. If I'm assaulting a fortified bunker, the last thing I would want to do is come in and take out their perimeter defenses with a spaceship or with, you know, air assault, and basically knock on the door and tell them, hey, we're coming in, get ready. Hey, Spark. Good morning. Spark with hey, with a. Not sure what that is. Sounds pretty cool though.
On behalf of the flight crew, thank you for flying with us.
Oh, thank you for the follow. I'm trying to figure out how to make some money here. So far I'm losing more than I'm making. My favorite missions just aren't showing up anymore, and I think they're trying to put the missions on a separate server. Like I'm just guessing in the dark, obviously. But I know like the consumables, the stuff they eat, like trade goods, are actually kept on a separate server and are loaded by these servers from there, and I'm suspecting they're trying to do something like that with the missions, because all of a sudden this patch I can't get in. I can't get any bounty hunter missions. Well, the ones I can get are the Pro-Tem. I can get player bounties, but I can't get NPC bounty missions at all. And it's shooting at my ship. Great. Can't get my mobiGlas. Yeah. Okay, something's screwy. I can't even open my Mobi. I need to. I use yeah, I can't even get one, much less multiples. I mean, I can do the player bounties, but I don't really, you know, I'm not a big PvPer, so I don't really care about the player bounties. Half of those guys, and more than half of those guys are going to kill me, so that's not going to be productive as far as gaining funds. And I mean, the ones I used to do, and I mean, they were real good, were these Hurston security bounties here in the Hurston area. And I haven't seen one of those since 3.5, literally. Can I not get up there? I guess I can. these are just, I mean, the noise is just a matter of fact. Start walking.
Getting some exercise.
Yeah, the bunker missions I normally do are, I can't get at all. They're the Hurston security missions here. And the bunker missions are kind of goofy. They're I won't say they're messed up, but I mean, right now the whole world is shaking because a couple of turrets are firing. Literally, we're having size 3 seismic activity, and I'm beyond the range that those turrets should even be shooting at my ship. They don't have 2,400 meter range, and yet they're firing at my ship through the terrain. That's kind of goofy. I'm not going to listen to it, so I had to mute it. That's why I used to park out like this, and you could run in, and you know, kind of like a Black Op, where you know, surprise is one of your biggest assets. So you wouldn't go in and shoot the turrets out with a spaceship to invade a bunker. That would blow the surprise factor. Not to mention, I can't really do it in that ship. It's hard, you know, not with the guns on it and whatnot. It's just too difficult. Not worth it with Hoover mode to try. If you bump something, you're dead. Did they stop? Oh my gosh, they stopped. Thank you. Maybe they were shooting at something else. That'd be nice. Why did they stop? If I could get my Moby open. Yeah, I'd look at it. I don't have any Hurston security missions, so bounty missions, and the only ones I can get are the Proton, which, like I say, are player bounties. They're not gonna be productive for me as far as credits, and and sometimes I can get the starter Crusader mission, but the last 3 times I've tried it, it fails. It sends me to a beacon, only there's nothing there. No, it didn't quit. It was just louder back there, I guess, where it's hitting. Yeah. I don't know what these, let's see, 380 plus 19, 20, yeah, we're 22, 23, 10. As far as I know, those things only had a range of 1,800 originally. I guess they've changed that. And then the noise is, I mean, I guess it's not over the top, just that it's continuous, annoying noise, but the ground shake is just horrid to me. me, that's unimmersive. And, you know, I get it, they're trying to make it, you know, feel like you can feel the guns being fired like a cannon or something. But one, they're laser guns. They don't make a recoil or whatever. And two, that's just, that's not feeling a percussion. That's that could be described as probably a Richter 3 or 4 earthquake thing, way over the top, which to me is unimmersive. And I've got it all turned down now. Hey, I got my Mobi open. If I can hit anything with this shake going on. First thing, I got something. Oh, the missions. Let's see. Yeah, there's the only mission I have is the Proton. Now I can go to Crusader side of the map, and I can get one from Crusader security. Like I say, so far I'm 0 for 3 doing the Crusader side ones. Now, how far down would you say we are? Say that's at least 3 or 4 floors, so 20 plus meters. And it's shaking a building 20 plus meters attached to solid rock. This place would be coming apart. Must be an upper one, yeah. I think it was coming from above. Hard to tell with the noise. I can't hear for shit where it's even coming. Ah, shit, wrong keys. Normally I can at least tell where the bullets are, you know, the sound gives you a direction. Yeah, with that. He's just not dying. least I made a few bucks. Got that one. Why didn't it reload right? It's not gonna reload. Start walking.
Getting some exercise.
Thank you. Wish I could bring the freelancer. I can usually take the turrets out pretty easy with this. I just need to upgrade the guns first. Once I have them. Problem with shooting the turrets is the pip doesn't converge on the pip. The shots actually will go either side of the turret. If you aim directly at the turret, you'll never hit it. You literally have to aim just beside of it, or each gun will fire on the side of it. And that just screws me. But I can usually take them out with the freelancer if I have good ballistic guns. But hover mode made it iffy. You happen to bump something like a light pole or something, that's 99 times over. Out of 100, it's over. You're gonna flip upside down and crash. I turn the volume up. Yeah. I love the terrain. It's kind of pretty neat with the wreckage. That was a huge pipe over there that looked pretty neat. This would be a fun place to run around with a ground vehicle. Look at all the garbage. Uh-oh. Yeah. May not make it this way. No. Alright. I'm assuming my ship will be the other side of that mountain that the turrets are shooting at. Yep. Close enough.
Whistling.
That's not what I said. That's the main thing I like that voice command for. all the emotes, the chat emotes. That and the landing gear. You know, I always need the landing gear right when I'm busy doing other things and don't want to stretch over to hit that button. So it's nice to be able to just say landing gear and do those. You don't have to let go of the flight controls to get to it. See how far it was. Start walking. Start walking.
Getting some exercise.
Doing a lot of walking. It sure helps to have this that command in there. I hate having to hold the keys. Change view. Change view. On screen. On screen. Give me just a second here. What was I doing? Okay, where do I set this? Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, well, I don't know why, but that was not, it's starting up with Windows, but it didn't. I just noticed it wasn't saving my settings. On screen. On screen. On screen. There it goes. I can't believe it's so low on that FPS. I don't think that should do anything. I don't think that's the, wonder if that would fix that turret shake. I'll try it for a minute. On screen. Yeah.
Laughing.
Well, supposed to do one. Hey! And I'm in the wrong ship, naturally. I'm gonna go swap ships and probably only get one. You used to get them pretty quick, you know, you could do them one after another. You could get 3 at a time. By the time you did one, you know, you'd have 2. Select one of the 2. By the time you had another one, you'd have 2 more. But here lately, I haven't seen many of them, so try and get that one. But I'm pretty sure I won't be able to do it in this default ship. It now has damage for I don't know why. Be right back. Wrong buttons. Where am I? I need to swap ships. Probably be faster there than landing. Than landing at Lorville. It's odd I'm not getting hardly any interdictions. I mean, I'm getting a couple. In the PTU, they were just obnoxious. You would get 2 every time you quantumed anywhere.
Quantum drive activated. Quantum drive.
I need sunglasses or sun visors. ahead and fill it up. I don't know why. I'll probably not. Probably end up claiming it to get it somewhere else anyway. But, hey, we got repairs and everything. That's pretty good. Normally don't get those here on the R&Rs. Those swap ships, kill that guy, and I don't know, may have to go back to bunker missions. Unless my luck changes, I'd like to get about 3 of those Hurston missions in a row, but that hasn't been a common occurrence lately. In 3.5 I could do them continually, 3 to 4 an hour in a 6, 7, or 8K mission. So that would buy your gear pretty quick. For instance, just the guns on this Freelancer, 64K, something like that. 1632, 64, yeah. 16K a piece, roughly. I guess I could steal them. I do have a ship with 1. But I gotta steal it, respawn it, steal it. I'd rather just buy them. I can do the bounty missions pretty good with the default weapons on this ship, but it's certainly easier with the ballistics that I like. Shields still aren't even charged up. Come on, Shields, you can do it before we get there.
Ready.
And he's all the way on the other side of the planet. Moon. Can't read it. Yeah. Wanted to make sure. I did this once and couldn't read the dot I was quantuming to. It turned out to be like another moon on the other side of the solar system. Target ahead.
Targeting reticle.
That's not him. Target ahead.
Targeting reticle.
There he is. I do love the way that I wish I could tell what it was. My targeting thing there isn't working right. Yeah, I don't know how they can change direction like that. I sure can. Yeah, that's why I like those. They're quick and dirty. But I bet I don't have another one. No. Normally you get another couple by now. Or used to. Now you get one every blue moon. When those popped up like they did in 3.5, you could just boom, 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 and they're all, the reason they're so fast is they're all on one of the moons, and usually these two, but sometimes this. And sometimes you get two in a row that are literally at the exact same location. You'd be leaving one, bring up another, and it'd have to turn around and fly 40 kilometers back the other way, and you're there. I don't know about those. These are I think these are the, oh, hey, Zax, good morning. Yeah, those I believe are the hacking missions, which will give you a crime stat. YT. My day's just getting started. I gotta go out here and finish the foundation for my little pump house that I have a delivery coming tomorrow with materials. So. So I have a little doghouse building to make this weekend. Just a 3x3 by 3 foot pump head. To actually just, it doesn't hold our pump head, it just our pressure tank and switch. So yeah, I'll enjoy my day. Stream it. I'm not even sure I could. I'm not sure if my camera would reach outside. Right now, all I'm gonna do today is just level the area out a little bit and put a form in. I already made the little box for a form, but yeah. I'm gonna pour a small, 3-inch landing pad. A landing pad. ET, man, don't work too hard. Target ahead.
Targeting reticle.
I sure wished I could see what that was. Yeah, well, today it's not as hot as it has been, man. I have no idea what that sip is. Gear. Gear. Landing gear.
Transitioning gear.
I guess I don't have any choice but go in third person if I want to land in this tree type area without backing up so I can find a zone. Is objective complete? Well, I sure didn't really complete that yet. Still miles away. Back on far enough I don't even see it. Change view. Start walking.
Getting some exercise.
Oh, it's in that direction. Gonna be a minute. I only walk in video games, if anybody's wondering. I hardly walk across the street in real life. I'm not much for walking around. Not anymore. have to get out of atmosphere. Yeah, wish I could get the Hearst and Bounty missions again, but those seem to be few and far between now. Good morning, Nadel. Good morning. I might grab some water real quick. How are you doing today? I'm just trying to push through the slow money gathering here. I really ought to do just box carry missions. I think I'd do as good with those. Although about half the issues are my own, not the game's. Getting out of hand and dying for no reason. Although I've had my share of gang glitches too.
Threatening.
On behalf of the flight crew, thank you for flying with us.
Ross 90? Hey, well, thank you. Thank you for the follow. Actually, that may be what I do after this one is just some box carry missions. They actually pay pretty good. Why does my right side look right side gun? Huh? Up there in the shield thingy. It looks like a piece is missing or something. Player, yeah. Target ahead.
Targeting reticle.
I can't even tell what it is. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have a crime stat or anything, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna go to box missions. Wrong button. I don't have any of the decent box missions. Ninetales, see, I think these dusters, I think these are like I don't want to do those. I think those are like criminal ones. Let's take that one. I like those from R&R to R&R. Take me 20 minutes to get out of the atmosphere. That's why the R&R to R&R ones are good. 4. Where is this? Hopefully it's not from the other side to here. Oh, it is. No. Yeah. Put it back. 4 to where? 5. Way over there. Wow. There's another one. Rewind to 5. Okay. Now they all changed. Dang it. Sure did. Oh well. I should have taken the two I saw. Oh, they change every time you exit. Darn it. There were two I could have doubled up on here, now they're gone. Adair Farms. $240 yellow. Go ahead and accept that. So. From Benson Mining to Crew 1. Yeah, let's stick with these two. Two pickups in the same spot. I've got to redo my route. So it'll give me the outer marker. Yes. It's not the one I... Oh yeah, okay, on yellow. We got this one tracked, so yeah, that's perfect. I've ever heard of that Tellurine thing on yellow. That I wonder, that may be one of the newer what is it, the junkyard salvage yards they have. what the weather's supposed to do. Cloudy and rainy. Nah, 10% rain, chance of rain, so that's not bad. We've got some clouds that look like they're clearing up now. That's kind of why I was wondering. But it looks like it's all clearing up, so that's good. Yeah. I have some of the stuff I have to that I'm having delivered tomorrow isn't exactly waterproof.
Hydrogen fuel at 75%.
Not sure why it tells you or why I'm using hydrogen fuel when I'm using quantum fuel. That's kind of double indemnity if I'm using both. Or maybe it's gaining. I don't know. Maybe. No. Let's see if we have below or above when we get there. Not that it matters. Fuels and repairs are now not that big a deal. They had the repairs way up there, or a bug or something, but and I kind of agree. They shouldn't have the repairs or fuels, cost of playing the game too high right now. You have enough just battling the glitches and disconnects, or well, this version has been real steady though, real stable. But in other words, I can see the end game being a fair bit more difficult than an alpha test game, an alpha game. So what pad ramming and everything can be such a pain in the butt. This one, like I said, has been real stable, from what I can tell. Several of my friends have gotten into even gotten into trading, which, up until now has been too sporadic to really depend on. And yeah, that's a diplomatic way of saying it was too buggy to really do any trading. Because you'd glitch or disconnect or something and lose all your money. But this version, I know quite a few people that have been doing real good doing some trading. said? There's the base. Can't tell if I'm on the, yeah, it looks like the top. Alright. Contact air traffic control.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Overshoot it. A little bit. Gear.
Transitioning gear.
We have 2 boxes to pick up from here. But you didn't know you could carry 2 boxes at once. That would be a trick, huh? Unfortunately, it's just 2 trips to your ship. Pick up. Dr. Smith. Be nice if they told me what pad it was here. Yes. Cool. Something seems wrong. Everything's going too good. Murphy's Law. Deliver to her 5. And it's pad 5. Oh yeah, you can't run with a box. It's a big box. Mexican jumping beans, man. Oh, it's the ship jumping, not the box. No mind. Running, running, running. Oh, well, that's not good. Wave.
Waving hello.
Wave.
Waving hello.
Sit down. Sit down.
Sitting down.
No, I'm really screwed. I can't change it to the other mission. So I can't get the other box. I have an idea. Take my helmet off. Put it back on, maybe. I'm trying. Let's see. How do I take my helmet off? I can't. Yeah, I can't hit the buttons because they're off the screen. Huh. I guess I'll do the one mission. Did I hit the right number? I think I did. Got my shipment laying on the pad. Sure looks like it. Ain't that something? This might not be any good either. Definitely some issues happening here. And it's gone. Okay, I might be trying to change servers or something. I guess I could parked in Lorville. greatest of luck. Oh yeah, I was gonna do that one, huh? That's what I was doing. I'm getting all sidetracked. Let's go ahead and deliver the mission. Oh wait, it's her 5. Where is that? Ah, cool. En route. Ah, you're kidding me. Why? Yeah, it's the same thing with her, or whatever that is, 3. Let me get going here and I'll look. There's another one that for some reason is always blocked. No matter where you, this one here, if you're down in this area, you can't go to either of these two apparently. I didn't know about this one though. Last week, yeah, hey, something good to be said about the last week is it's the last week, right? But yeah, homework sucks. I don't know, I was one of those kids, I didn't mind it. I guess that was depending on the subject. Wonder if it's still blocked. Obstructed, not blocked. Oh yeah, most definitely. Still obstructed. But honestly, actually, I was one of those goofy kids that liked school. Well, I mean, there were some things I didn't like. It's not blocked. Yeah, I'd say most anyone would rather be playing a video game than doing homework. That wasn't really an option when I was in school. Well, the personal computer was really just coming out, just becoming known and then slightly popular. But yeah, most people didn't even know what a computer was.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Oh, of course, they're gonna give it to me on the other side. Hey, didn't you see me sitting out here? I don't think they care. At PO, you get that, pretty much get the one you want. If you always spawns me on one of two, and if I pull up to one of them, it almost invariably gives me that particular spot. Now, did I leave the box back where I started?
Landing doesn't stay.
Yeah, I did. I don't know why I'm trying to finish this mission. The box wouldn't stay in the ship. can't get my Moby. Don't ask me why. I think it has something to do with getting in and out of a ship. Yeah, worked right on. I'll just cancel it, I guess. So what am I doing here? Getting fuel. I was delivering a box I don't have. I was gonna change servers, that's what it was. But I think I'll just call it a day. I'm at a little bit of cash, very little. Turn it off. Thought I did. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call that a day and go rake out a level spot for my little shed building. I appreciate everybody coming and visiting today. We got a couple of new followers to the flight crew. Welcome. You all have a good day. What is? You all have a good day, and I'll probably see you tomorrow or somewhere around. The weekend, well, cool. You got a little ways to go. Crunch on that Hummer, but yeah. Nice. Yeah, that would be cool. Well, you have fun up there. And hope to see y'all guys real soon. Take care, Noodle. Everyone else that came and visited, have a good day.